Yo, 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 big booty hoes, ENT back in the building. It's your boy Professor Pips coming back to you with another compare and contrast video. I'm late as hell. Super late, super late, super late, super late getting these videos out. Um, hey, bring me a juice packet too, homie. Come on, B. I need a juice packet, B. Give me some juice. Come on, B. Come on, B. Hook the bro up, man. Hook it up for you, Brad, man. But yeah, my kids, some birthday weekends. I missed my oldest daughter's birthday weekend, so we had to go celebrate today. So these videos is coming to you a little bit late, but it's all good. It's all gravy. The market don't like it's moving too much right now. Someone just give it to you like I got it. On the compare and contrast videos last week, mark up. We got the weekly open back over here on the 13th. Market opened up buzzly, and then we ran into high time frame structure based off the daily time frame, the highs that were created 2 weeks ago, and we just started to create this little bearish channel until the price action broke 98,300. If you took the continuation sales, as we broke through this level right here, we could have called it a confident break of that level, breaking close below. So what we would look for with the continuation sales is price to maintain below that level. Right off the bat, I don't think we necessarily would have had a trade. And this is all the way on the 17th, so that's like what, Thursday or Friday? Thursday, yeah, Thursday. Um, if you caught this range or this channel early in the week, you could have just played it from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, and just got active that way, or continuation sales based off of the way I mark up. And I don't think you initially would have had a trade, but potentially you continue to watch. You could have took it as it broke the lows right here, simply because we closed below this area right here. We pushed back into it, not breaking any of the highs that pushed us down there. So potentially, as price broke that low down here, right over here, you could have got in and got active. Stops right above, or even this high right here, and then you could have targeted some lows looking left, or I had reactions on right here outlined in the white. So potentially all the way down to the bottom of that thing, 1.37 risk reward right there, and potentially you would have had some TPs hit. But for the most part, yeah, DXY looking pretty ugly right now. Um, it actually we had a break of structure towards the close of the end of the week, a little pullback here. Now it looks like it's trying to push back bullish. So if you see price action push back closing above some of these areas right here, you could look for price action to actually go in and break these highs. Simply because we were bullish on the high time frames. We were big bullish. We pushed into the zone, created high, created a pullback. I would potentially classify this as a lower high, but as you start to come back down, we didn't necessarily break any structures looking left, coming back down. So potentially you had the sellers jump into the market because they seen this is where price action started out before, and now the reaction back to the downside came back down. You got some intraday time frame structures breaks, intraday time frame structural breaks, but in the grand scheme of things, nothing necessarily popped off that was going to tell you that price action was going to continue to go bearish. So, um, for the most part, we kind of stuck in a range right here for the most part because this somewhat equal low hasn't created any new highs yet. So, um, as the point of the compare and contrast videos, potentially could have had some sales below 98,303. Well, a little bit lower than that, 98,268, and then got active back into the downsides, pushing over to UJ. UJ didn't cooperate at all. We were looking for a major pullback on a higher time frame, but it just opened up and just kept pushing bullishly. I call the first reaction zone. If you watched last weekend analysis, that between 117,938, which is his first white line, and between 118,750, as you can see, price came up to that level, broke through it, caused some type of slowdown in price action, then got above it. But overall, yeah, I don't think UJ really presented any opportunities to get in unless you was just looking for buys and you just got active. Because I mean, usually with these big ass pushes, you looking for breaks, push and pullback type scenario. But um, as you get into these pushes, there aren't really any real significant pullbacks that you could have said, okay, I'm about to get active because this looked like a good pullback or enough of a pullback for me to potentially take a trade from. So, um, you know, price pushed up, kind of started out, pushed higher. It did pull back, but it didn't pull back deep enough into that zone. So I don't know. I could have told you I was been looking for a buy from right there. Even as you come all the way back in over here. Yeah, so It is what it is. Price action just pushed bullishly. It did push to the level we said it was going to push to. So if you had a buy and just enter the buy, then you could have rolled it up to potential targets that we were looking for. And then if you would have held and just took partials at those levels, then you could have got active that way. GG from last weekend's weekly open. I don't know what we were looking for as far as zones, continuation buy zone, continuation sell zones, but as you can see, price action continued to go bullishly. We had a weekly open back over here on the 13th and just up to the top side from there. We had a supply zone back in over here. Price action came up to it and stalled out at it on the 15th, and the 15th was on Tuesday. We got up to it on Tuesday, started around and just finally smashed through it and just continue to make higher highs and higher lows. So for this coming up week, as we'll jump back out to the higher time frame, we can see which area we are targeting and then get active from that way. Looking at GU, GU weekly open back here on the 13th. We had buys, possible buys would have been market execution buys. So on the 16th, which would have been Wednesday, as price immediately closed above that level. You could have took those buys or waited for the retest right here, a couple candles later, and then got active back into the extreme high. So, if you potentially took that trade, then this is what you potentially would have been looking like. Targets right at the top of that zone. Stops would have been ugly. We would have potentially put stops below the candle that broke us through that zone. And as you can see, you would have got smashed out for 62 top dollar pips up to the top side on GU. Right now, it look like it's wanting to come back down. So overall, kind of stuck in the range right now. Not really creating any new higher highs or any new lower lows or lower higher lows. Yeah, you know the hell I'm trying to say. Overall, higher time frames do look bearish as we come back over and on this over here with this price action. Price did break some structures on these lower time frames. Looking here, if this was a lower high, it gave you the lower low. You kind of got an equal lower high for you to create a new lower low, and then you start producing higher highs and higher lows. Looking at this price action here, so from that moment on, you got a high potentially breaking structure back down to the bear side, but it didn't give you lower high, lower low setup, and it didn't give you higher high, higher low setup. So, like I said, overall consolidating right now. So here shortly when I mark up, potentially look like the only trade you really could have took. You definitely had this one here on Wednesday. Price came, opened up a little bullish, started breaking back to the downside, shifted the structure, pushing back into the zone back in over here, then gave you a lower low. So potentially you could have been looking for the retest of this zone and waited for it to push lower. You probably would have got struck out. This bearish continuation zone, break and retest, we did not maintain that level. We pushed back above it. You broke here again and did not maintain again. So potentially no setup there. Just following price action, push, pull back, push, pull back. You could have caught this potential sale here and rolled it back into the high. So that could have potentially been your first trade for the week, and then your second trade right over here, and everything else is just kind of like, ooh, you kind of got to follow your own rules and price action there. Pushing over to AU. AU, we caught some big trades last week. AU, we caught some big trades last week. These ones I got highlighted here, some fuckery. I missed this one. I called out to my team, you know what I'm saying? This looks like manipulation. As price action, you go down to the 15-minute, reset the chart, and I can show you what I was seeing. We came to the charts during the Asian session, and what we were seeing was price action was pushing strong, heavy down into this rejection zone. How do we know it was a rejection zone? Because we had this attempt pushed down. It created a low. We came back and tried to break that low, or you can call it a retest of that low. It didn't do anything. It didn't give you any new lows. We pushed all the way back up here. Once we noticed price action pushed down here, then started to break structure, create a little uptrend on intraday time frames, pushing back up here, you start to think to yourself, are we going to turn around? Is this where the buyers or the bulls want to step into the market? Or is this just a simple reaction, people taking profits who were shorting from way over here, or whatever. So now when you see this little move right here, you sit back and you say, okay, what's going to happen next? Is it going to pull back and give us a retest of that zone that created this big bullish action and push us to the top side? Or what was really good? What's really good in the hood? So as we came to the markets in the Asian session, we had the Asian high marked up, the Asian low. We was sitting there waiting, and you see if you put that bar replay on, you know what I'm saying, and you see price action looking like this right here, and then you hit that play button, and you hit pause, you see this big ass candle come down. So that's why I threw a little note out to the team. I was like, this looks like manipulation simply because price action is sitting on top of this rejection zone. We try to push through once, push through again. This is the third time right here. We try to push through that zone with no success. And now all of a sudden during the Asian session, you're going to get some gas to push through? Probably not. So what happened was price was pushing down, hit that play button again. And then, I saw that candle, but I was a little nervous because I was like, I ain't never really took a setup like this. A price action fell into a breakthrough zone. So I'm going to sit back and just watch. So as it continued to go, and I saw kind of one of my usual setups, which is a break and retest of the Asian low or the Asian high, I saw a price push up through that Asian high. So I set up right on top of that Asian high for retest. And then that would have been the trade that I was good to take. As you can see, I got an outline right over there. Price pushed up, then it started coming back. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, we about to get in and we about to score. First targets would have been this NY high, and then the second targets would have been some zone way back in over here. But as you can see, price came down. It did not put me in the trade. It didn't activate my shit. So I was like, man, what's going on? Why they ain't put your boy in? And I did not market execute on this trade, but if I would have, as you can see, your boy would have scored majorly. But I wasn't even tripping because, like I said, we scored some good trades off AU this week. So this was towards the end of the week. This would have jumped off on 15th was Wednesday, as we already said. 15th was Tuesday. Yeah. So price action just would have smashed TP and would have just continued to go up. But if you follow from the weekend analysis, we had continuation buys above 72, 724. So if you would have waited for price action to actually break this zone, and then it actually came back to this zone, potentially this could have been your entry right over here. Now, this would have been a little tricky to actually put stops on this trade simply because at this time, news broke out. And that's why you got these big ass candles with these big ass wicks. So potentially, if you've been setting up with a buy limit right there, stops normally we put them up under the. Oh, let's go back to the hourly candle so we can see. Stops normally we put it up under the candle that broke through. So yeah, potentially you would have had stops like right under here somewhere and probably would have got stopped out. But if you knew news was on and you didn't put stops on, or you took stops and made them a little bit lower, potentially down up under that Asian low was a little too big, or the break and retest of the Asian low, you probably could have stayed in. That's only a 31 pip. Excuse me. That's only a 31 pip stop loss right there. But on the target side, you potentially had a huge target all the way back up into the structure where price action originally came from. So you hit that play button and see how that thing would have played on out. And overall, did we make it? Did we make it? Bam. TP would have been a hit for 127 of them things. Now, like I said, the tricky part would have been the stop loss. So depending on how you trade, depending on how you get active, depending on what you look at and how you evaluate these charts, that could have been another amazing ass trade we would have had. This one right here was 59 pips. This one over here with the manipulation was 59. This one was both. Oh no, this was 34, 59 TP, 34 TP, and then 127. So just off of one Asian session going into the London and New York session, stupid pips. You know what I'm saying? Price action just gave out all type of dollar bills right there. A lot of people say the Asian don't move, the Asian don't give you no quality setup, the Asian don't do this, the Asian don't do that. Damn, all that. I trade the Asian because the Asian gets active, the Asian show you where the market want to go, and the Asian show you how you can get busy with that thing. Skipping over to Euro JPY. Based off the way we had this drawn up, let me see what's going on here. I don't know what we was looking for. I didn't finish marking this one up. We were looking with this red line, we were looking to see if price was going to continue to drop. So we got the high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. So potentially we were looking for a lower high to form right here within this gray box. That didn't necessarily happen. Price action punched all the way up. So potentially this could be our lower high area to potentially take the market even farther. Excuse me, to potentially take the market even further down. But as strong as this price action is right here with this uptrend, I wouldn't be sitting on them shorts until price action actually shows you that it wants to short. So if it don't give you no, if it don't give you no move, come on. If it don't give you no move, breaking structure, then pulling back and exhausting somewhere up in there, then try to break them shorts. I wouldn't necessarily look for shorts from this area because price action is higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. So with that, kind of want to sit on your hands and try to figure out what JPY wants to do for this week. It is getting closer and closer to the end of the month. We got 2 weeks left. This looks like right here is entering back into the range, so potentially don't get smoked trying to take them shorts all the way back down to here. UCAD, suppose UCAD, see what we had going on. UCAD, we was making higher highs and higher lows. Um, we were looking for price action to push back and retest these highs back over here. It kind of made it, depending on if you trade UCAD and um if you trade UCAD and was following this price action, you could have got busy and missed this trade and that trade. But overall, it is what it is. Didn't really have any zones marked up on this one to kind of compare and contrast what would have happened last week versus this week. But hold on one second. But yeah, following UCAD's price action, if I would have had this marked up completely, potentially would have been looking for buys back into those highs. Those highs were already tapped. Price action came back down and did not really break any. Well, it kind of shifted the structure a little bit. Let's jump out to the 4 hour time frame, see what we can see. We can delete this. These symptom. Let's see. We pushed up into those highs. We reacted. We broke intraday time frame structure, but the major higher low that pushes into the highs didn't get broken. So potentially I would have been looking for buys from somewhere down in this area. As you got the break, the retest, and then the break, definitely could have caught a buy from here. Looking to get back into this level or that level. Price action did actually push back into this level, so targets would have been hit. Seeing that price action did not break this level, but did give some bullish price action into that level and exhausted, potentially definitely would have been questioning if we were going to have enough orders to get above that level right there. So overall, GJ and AU kind of played out last week for me. We did catch some good setups. We did get some good entries into the market. We did have some good trades. Right now, I'm actually getting ready to do my weekend analysis. This is Bitcoin from Bitcoin over the weekend on XRP. Had some good setups and good trades over them. I was so salty. I had a buy stop and a buy limit on XRP. It pushed up and it activated my buy stop, and it did not activate this buy limit. But I ended up closing out both of these early. I didn't get into this one, but as this one came back and pushed above entry, I pushed stops into profit. It did not hit TP. This TP you see the red line up here was for this buy limit way down here, and the TP for this one was like way at the top. I was targeting the extremes, just the 1 minute chart. So I pulled stops into pulled stops in the profit on XRP because I wasn't going to be able to watch it as close as I was. As you can kind of see right here, that buy limit was deleted, and then stops in the profit. Or wait, no, that's a different one. Yeah, this is a different trade, but same type of deal. Put stops in the profit and just walked away from it and see what was going to happen. Um, this is the trades that I was throwing out early in the week. This is GJ pushing up to that supply and demand zone. You can kind of see it in the purple right there. You probably can't, but I can. This was like that Tuesday where price action was stalling and break through that supply zone, but actually it finished on Wednesday during the London and in New York. It did push up through that zone. This was the AU trade. Excuse me. This was the AU trade where we pointed out the manipulation, rejection area on the higher time frames that I was pointing out, showing the team. I did not get into this trade. Like I said, I've never taken a trade based off of the thought process that I was having right there. But as we broke that Asian high was coming back to retest, I did have that buy limit there. It did not activate me. This is what I was calling out the AU or showing the boys the AU right here. This is before it happened. This looked like manipulation. You know what I'm saying? I'm pointing all that out to the team. I'm only outlining that to you guys in this video now, simply because if you'd like to join the team, it's free 99, free 99. You just hit your boy up on Telegram or drop a comment and say, hey, I want to join the Telegram group so I can get in on some of these signals and some of these chart analysis and some of these psychologies you're having behind when you're watching the market. Sure, come on in. free 99. I don't charge. Most of my people that's in that group, or I kind of only got like 2 people that really reply to some of that shit that be in there anyway. But when they reply, I reply and we get active. But these are the AU trades I had, breaking those lows. I caught this one coming down here. Then I had another one. The following day's Asian session got active. Like I said, AU did provide. It did provide the GJ buys. The first one, the second one, they got active up to the top side. This is what like I was saying on UCAD. Looking forward to retest those highs. Yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff, that I put out to the team, to GJ before it happened. This was the Sunday night, and then this would have been the Monday night trade we were looking for to push up higher. The AU, the first AU price got active. And that's pretty much it. But that's all I got for this compare and contrast video. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this weekend analysis here shortly. You got any questions? Drop a comment. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Drop a comment. If you got any questions, drop a comment. Your boy gonna be right here getting active to these charts and getting active. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Big Budos.